Legendary Nobodies podcast, ACEN edition. Yay! Yay!
Apparently.
What? Yeah, Peter didn't join in because he didn't join in at ACEN either.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. You're just a general disappointment all around.
I had things to do.
Yeah, sure. Likely story.
What, you have to go to your girlfriend's graduation or something?
To jerk off in public or something?
Something like that. Well, something like more of what Jason said.
No.
Not
You
so
admitted
much.
it. You heard it here first,
so
folks.
much.
Peter jacks off in public while he's attending his girlfriend's graduation.
Performances at 10, noon, and 2 o'clock.
Damn it. Now you guys know.
Damn it, you've revealed my secret. I fought so hard to conceal it.
Now you know my
No, I'm
ways.
gonna have to move to a different city. Thanks, guys.
To jack off in their city? Not fucking likely. We're not letting you ruin any more cities. It stops here.
The white sticky trail of destruction stops here, damn it.
This is the podcast, everybody. I don't know what you're else to be expecting, but
I hope your expectations were set very low. Hence the trend.
Oh man, we'll see how low we can go.
Alright.
okay.
Just gonna lick everything down here and hope it feels good.
Oh, references.
So, ACEN,
Yeah, that was last week. That was a thing.
that Peter didn't go to. So it was just me and Eric.
Yeah.
There's probably more people than just you, too.
Nope, it was just us two.
No, the attendance was very low.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be the Weaver Cocoa convention? Or what?
Don't pop a blood vessel trying to think of something.
Weaver Coco Con.
Yes. Oh, but yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start since somebody else is starting.
I was hoping you would. It's like,
I'm
let's-
Eric. I'm known for being awkward and quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's really showing today.
Well, I just don't know what to talk about, ACEN. Just because, I've been to so many, it just seems like a routine for me. So, I know you've been to significantly less anime conventions, so...
Alright, so my adventure started Thursday, the day before of the convention, because I was getting my my pass and everything from Will Call. So I drive down there and my GPS screwed me every time I tried to get over there. Something would go wrong and it wouldn't remember where roads were, which didn't help because I'm already going down I-90, which is never not under construction.
Yeah. Illinois references.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Suburbia, am I right, everybody, even those who don't live there?
What are you looking at me for?
Oh my god, Peter, shut up.
God, quit breaking my flow. So I drive through there, and the traffic isn't super, super bad. It's just everybody, getting a head start on everything. But I have nowhere to park because everything's filled up. All of the hotels, the only parking they allow is the people who are actually staying at there.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, and then
Shut up, Eric.
there's the paid parking garages, but I'm just here to pick up my pass. This is 3 minutes. I'm not paying, $5 or $15 or what the fuck ever for it. So finally, I pull up to the convention center, and they've got that drop-off zone, the little roundabout area. And I pull up there, and I just sort of park my car, and I get out I think I'm allowed to do this, maybe? So...
You should have at least called me. Because you can park over by the, where the train line comes in?
Yeah, the CTA. It's
you can
$5
park. You can park in there.
for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Still, $5
For 12 hours.
What? I'm gonna be there for 5 minutes.
Says
sure.
you.
So I thought. But yeah, so then I go into the convention center, and I'm just looking around for the first convention worker that I can find there, and I'm like, hey, I left my car out there because I'm picking up my stuff. I'm not gonna get towed, right? And the first guy I asked was I don't know, go to the service desk and ask them. I go to the service desk. I don't know, check with the hotel staff. So finally I find someone from the hotel staff and I'm like, look, I parked there. I'm just here to get my stuff because I don't want to pay for, all of this money just to park here and grab this stuff. And she goes, well, are you going to be long? And I was like, no, I'm just here, like, in and out. I just want to grab my stuff. And she goes, okay, just hurry. I'm like, all right, fine. So I grab my stuff and I get out of there. And I get in my car, drive away. Everything's fine. And by the time I get home, I'm like, this should have taken, like, an hour max. Like, I left a little after 8, and now it's almost 10:30.
Yeah. Nothing at anime conventions is like a 20-minute thing. It's always just like hours and hours of either prep or just kind of like faffing about till something happens.
Were you faffing about?
Yeah.
Or fapping about?
Yeah. I had to fap really hard before
He had
the
a
weekend.
hotel room for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it in public like some people.
No, pretty much just like a couple days before the convention came up, I was like, hey, you know what would be fun? A last minute kind of like cosplay sort of thing of Brolair of Astora. So like the 2
Which
nights...
you might have to explain to people who haven't played Dark Souls.
Oh my god. Tell them to stop listening. No, so Brolair of Astora, there's a character in the Dark Souls franchise called Solaire, and he's pretty much the leader of the Sun Covenant in Dark Souls, which is the covenant that's focused mainly around like helping fellow players like overcome challenges like bosses and stuff like that. But he like aptly got the name Brolair because like he's the biggest bro in the entire game, because he's like, one, he's super strong, and two, he's like the best summon you can get in a lot of like in the whole game to like defeat bosses with. So people just gave him the name Brolair. So pretty much all I did was I made his helm out of foam, and then I made like a t-shirt with his crest on it, and I was gonna walk around with a container of Sunny D because praise the sun, bro.
Because the sun, yeah. I only saw the shirt part of that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're lying about everything else.
I wore it, but like it smelled of paint, and I got a little bit high off of it, so...
I've never known you to just get a little bit high.
I mean... But yeah,
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. So the first 2 days, the first 2 days before the con, I was just like doing that. Like, I'd get off at work at 7, come back home, and just like work on it until like 11 o'clock at night or like midnight, and then go back to work and like repeat the cycle until like the day of the convention. Like, I was actually a little bit late meeting up with Jason because like I was painting it that morning.
Oh, so that's your excuse.
Oh yeah, and I had to jack off so I wouldn't bust a nut walking around. You know how embarrassing that is, Peter?
I think Peter's lost his capacity to be embarrassed by such things.
Bah. But yeah, I didn't have to deal with the whole like will call like nonsense because I got my ticket mailed to me.
Oh, she was like perfect.
No, I just planned a couple months in advance. I'm like, I'm gonna go to this convention. Why wouldn't I have the pass mailed to me?
I meant to sign up, but I just got like lazy about it, and then I remembered, oh, that's right, that thing I want to do.
Yeah, no, that happens to a lot of people. Like with it, like I've been to a good amount of conventions. Like this was my 4th year at ACEN. I've been to a convention up in the Dells called Daisho like 4 or 5 times. I've been to...
Yeah, DaishoCon you only go to get wasted.
Oh yeah, and I'll talk about that like near the end of the convention. Or the end of this podcast.
At the end of this convention, guys?
Yeah, at the end of this convention.
Not everything is a convention, Eric.
Yeah. But pretty much like within like all those conventions, it's always like a couple months before, and people are like, oh yeah, we're going to this. We should order our passes, right? I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good idea, isn't it?
And then afterwards, it's always like, how much do we have to drink?
That's never a question. The answer is always a lot.
So then, Friday, I leave to get there, at ACEN. I'm looking at getting there at like 9. So of course, I get there about 10.
Sounds about right.
Because, like I said, my GPS was fucking me up. It took me like all around O'Hare Airport, which I mean, it's not out of the way from where ACEN was, but it's like I had to turn around. I had to like turn in, and I'm like going through the whole mailing area of all the stuff that gets sent to O'Hare Airport, turn around, wind my way back around all of these roads that my GPS doesn't even know where they are.
Last year when I was going to ACEN, the same problem with the GPS. For some reason, it was telling me, "Oh, it's on the left." I was like, "I know the Hyatt is on the right. I've known this because I used to work over at the hotel.
I know this in my heart of
Right.
hearts."
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the GPS error. Maybe it's a map error. Maybe it's an update. I don't know. Maybe it's where that location is, depending. I don't know.
Well, like they're getting interference by all the equipment at O'Hare or something like that?
Possibly. Because, just watch out for that if you go to ACEN next year, guys.
Anywho.
Yeah, so finally I get off the highway, and finally we get a chance to, turn right onto the street that all the hotels and the centers are on. So I finally get there and meet up with Eric and everything, and I mean, it was mostly just wandering around the dealers area for a lot of Friday. I just wanted to see everything that there was.
Yeah, we wandered around a little bit, saw some interesting stuff, like Magical Girl Apocalypse.
Magical Girl Apocalypse is the greatest thing I have ever seen.
So it's pretty much, for people out there who don't know,
and how
Peter,
could you not?
It's pretty much, you take like your generic like zombie apocalypse scenario. It's a manga, by the way, that we just saw like wandering around. You take your generic zombie apocalypse like scenario and just switch it out with magical girls from hell. So like, you have the generic big titted like super fighter or something, and then like she's like fighting a bunch of like all these magical girls who like eyes are rolling in the back of their heads while they're going magical.
They're going like magical.
Yeah. And just like a lot of the art and just like weirdness around it just like kept us entertained for a good maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Which is a
you
lot
can't-
of convention time.
You can't just like stand there and read the thing in front of them, but it's like we were just flipping through pages and going look at this shit.
So like a lot of what these conventions boil down to is like it's wandering the vendor hall, looking at any panels you might be interested in, like from industry or whatever, fan panels, drinking a shit ton, people watching. And this is one of the best experiences if you haven't done it at an anime convention, but hentai panels.
Yes!
Strangely enough, and we'll get to that in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like since it was Friday, wandering the vendor hall is really not that bad because not everyone's like there yet, and plus it was early, so people are still getting in.
Right, yeah, you really don't get the crowd until like later afternoon.
Like Saturday is where like it gets super crazy.
Saturday gets nuts
because that's where all like the one day people come for like too, because that's the longest day and it's the more like jam-packed of events day.
Yeah, the ones who somehow managed to breed, bringing their kids.
Yeah. Like, it was the same at C2E2, because I did 3 days at C2E2 this year. And the first day we did was Friday, and that was fantastic. Like, there was no one in the vendor hall, and we got, like, free reign. And we got to see pretty much everything we wanted in the dealer hall. And then Saturday, it's just utter chaos. Like, trying to, like to walk 5 feet takes, like, 20 minutes.
But back to drinking. One of the coolest things that Eric and I saw there, they had these flasks that were like all based around like different nerd cultures, stuff like that. And so we both went in because they were like, oh, well, if you both buy a flask, then we'll take off the tax and whatever.
Yeah.
And so Eric got one from Undertale, and I got one that was like the sub-tank from Mega Man.
Yeah. And totally not an endorsement, but I actually do remember what that vendor was called. They're at a lot of conventions. They're called Athena's Wink. And I have a bunch of flasks from them because they're usually pretty quality. I usually forget to buy flasks or bring flasks to these conventions.
Now tomorrow, Jason's gonna get a call. Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Athena's Wink. You wrongfully endorsed us. We actually lost customers thanks to you. You bastards.
Getting you off the YouTube.
And then I don't know, I just love seeing, like, some of the stuff that people sell, like...
Yeah.
We went by Artist Alley, and I kind of kept going back there. And on Saturday when I was meeting up with you and all of your friends, I remember telling you, Eric, we can't go by Artist Alley. If we do, I'm going to end up buying something.
Well, Artist Alley is definitely, like, one of the... As you go to more conventions, or, like, I think, like, the phases people typically go to with, like, anime conventions, like, the first phase, it's like, oh, everything here is so super cool. I'm gonna buy figures. I'm gonna buy wall scrolls. I'm gonna be a total weebo. Yeah. And then as you, like, either get older or go to more conventions, you're like, wow, figures are cool, but I really don't need any of this, like, garbage. And that's where, like, Artist Alley kind of gets, like, a little better, because it's more, like, it's not, like, super mass-produced, like, stuff either. Like, it's interesting to see, like, these are people who usually, like, do, like, some of them do it for a living, of course, but, like, a lot of them just kind of, like, they do their art, and then they try to, like, peddle it at these, like, conventions, and they have, like, other day jobs. But, like, you really see a lot of passion in some of these projects, like... I remember seeing, like, the stained glass, like...
Oh, dude, they had Strong Bad made out of stained glass.
Yeah, and it's just, like...
Deadpool, the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. You just see a lot more interesting stuff there.
Like, interesting stuff!
Like, you see, like, a lot of reimagining of, like, your favorite characters and, like, different artworks. The only, like, problem is a lot of times, like...
It's mostly yaoi.
Yeah, there's a lot of yaoi. And, like, they're paper prints, too, so sometimes the quality, like, of the print isn't that great.
The quality is going to vary, yeah, but they, like, have prices, like, for... Oh, you can get, for $15 you can get okay paper, and then for more you can get, like, better paper.
Usually if you're just buying, like, paper prints, you can get, like, a few for, like, $20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that one that was, like, they did the light-up frames, remember?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to buy one of those. So, like, pretty much we walked past this one guy who, he did all his artwork on this semi-transparent kind of, like, plastic sheet. So, like, the idea was you get a frame that's, like, backlit, kind of like a movie poster frame. And then you just, like, it's, like, a really cool-looking piece of artwork.
That is what it looked like tiny movie posters. It was awesome.
But the problem was, like, the print was, like, I think $20. But when we asked him what the frame was, he's like, it's $200.
Yeah.
Which, if I didn't buy anything else, I might have gone for.
Yeah, but you saw, like, the complete series of Great Teacher Onizuka, and you were like, mine!
Yeah.
Yeah, me. I just bought a bunch of mangas.
Yeah, I bought that DVD series. I bought a flask. I think I bought a couple Monster Hunter, like, tiny little figures. And then I, like, I spent a bunch of money on, like, one giant figure.
I got a rock.
Yeah, Peter got a rock. No, I got, like, this big, like, Monster Hunter, like, figure that was in this, like, really unique armor set. It was really fucking cool.
Oh, remember they were having that, like, that Gundam contest?
Yeah, they were having a Gunpla contest as well, where it's, like, people come over from the world and decorate, or they paint and build their Gunplas up, and, like, I think there was, like, a backdrop competition where you built a scene of Gunplas as well.
Yeah, they had that one that was, like, the teddy bears, and, they just had some really creative paint jobs on those.
Yeah, Gunpla is really interesting. I used to be into it, but that shit takes a long time.
So let's see. I went to, like, 2 panels. Did you, like, we went to the one, and then
The only 2 panels I went were with the 2 I went with you.
Okay, so we just both went to the same panels.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did the amateur at home voice acting one, which that was pretty cool. Like getting to see people who've like worked on stuff that that has kind of been gaining popularity. Like there was the one girl who was the voice of Kiana from Honey Pop.
Yeah. There's a lot of like amateur voice actors, but like I guess like the term amateur voice actors is a little weird because they're in like a lot of big things too.
Yeah.
But like I think they even self-identified as amateur like voice actors.
Well, I mean that's what they called the panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Saturday, me and Eric's friends, we all got a little bit like varying degrees of drunk and went to one of the late night hentai panels.
Yeah, like Jason mentioned before, I had a hotel room on site, which if you could swing it, like if you're gonna make like a weekend out of like these anime conventions, is honestly like one of the best things you could do is just spring for a hotel room on site if you can do that, because like I kind of said before, a lot of these anime conventions, at least to me, if it's not to like anyone else, like that's totally fine, like you do what you want like at these anime conventions. I'm not telling you this is the right way to do it. But like you get a hotel on site, that way you can pretty much just like party, hang out, and just like...
I don't think a lot of the people who go to anime conventions are worried about judgment, considering like a bunch of the guys who dress as like Sailor Moon and shit.
You mean like all of them?
Eric.
What?
Eric.
Shut the fuck up.
You were doing good with your sitting in the corner. We just need you to keep that up.
Yeah. But pretty much like, like I go to anime conventions to fucking just party my ass off and just kind of like, it's like a mini vacation, kind of like treat yourself sort of weekend.
Yeah. Treat yourself before you beat yourself.
Yeah. So that's what like Jason joined me and like my like regular group of friends that like I go to like a lot of anime conventions with on Saturday. He came over to like my hotel room and we got comfortable.
Oh man, did we ever bang?
Yeah.
Because that's the name of the card game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the name of the card game we played. Yeah, we just...
After we finished having gay sex.
Yeah. But yeah, we all drank a little bit, like some of us a lot more than others, you and me. Played a couple board games, and then we went to a hentai panel, because, again, if you've never been to a hentai panel...
Do it!
It is honestly one of the best panels you could ever
Just
go
get
to.
in line like a fucking hour early. We almost didn't make the cut.
Yeah, we were like the last people to get in. We literally lucked out. But yeah, so like the thing with like the hentai panels that we do is people know that they're a joke. Like when you say hentai panel, you think, oh, people are just gonna go in and like just start jacking off or something in the middle of the floor.
It's like a room full of Peter.
Yeah, it's just like a room full of Peters. Get it? Because Peter's another
Peter!
thing for dicks. But no, like, everybody knows it's a fucking big joke, so, like
this isn't the crowd of people who, like, watches hentai, like, to actually get turned on by it.
Speak for yourself. But, so, like, this panel was, they played, like, a scene, like, a hentai scene, and people came up and they dubbed their voice over it. So, like...
Not professionally, they just give you a mic and you improv your ass off.
Which a lot of people weren't honestly that great at the improv part.
There were like the few that stood out really well, like the guy who was doing the voice of the pedophile from Family Guy.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Well, he did the voice well.
He was talking like this the whole time.
Well, like, I honestly thought that one wasn't that great. His voice was great.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing he did matched the scene. Like, I remember this one I did. It was similar in concept, but it was manga instead of like animated scenes, so people could take their time and think about what they wanted to say.
Yeah.
So the guy did it in a Hank Hill voice.
Bobber.
Yeah, pretty much. So like, every time the guy would like orgasm in the manga, he'd be like, whoa. But yeah, it's just like really silly things like that, and that's usually what we do at these anime conventions on Saturday. Just get blasted, go to a hentai panel. If it gets out early enough, go back to the hotel room, get blasted more.
Yeah. There was, dude, there was that one girl who fucking, like, her scream shattered your earballs.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, they had the times written down for all, like, how long each scene would be. And we were so happy she got the 2-minute one, because there was one in there that was 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
And she would have, like, cleared the room, and dogs, like, would have run up barking.
People did leave the room.
They did. But I mean, like, she
was
would have
going.
cleared it. Like,
Yeah.
even the people hosting it would have left. Which I don't know how they stood, like, being up at the desk, like, you know, within 5 feet of her.
Yeah, it was. She was painful.
So then, because I wasn't able to go to ACEN Saturday in the morning, because I did a thing, which was a voice acting workshop with a guy you might have heard of by the name of Crispin Freeman.
That is honestly really cool, though.
Yeah, so we actually went a little bit over time because there were some technical issues with somebody's microphone. I've since received like my files and everything from the session. I'm told that I can't obviously display them in a public forum. I'm just gonna be as careful as I can with I don't want to give away something I'm not supposed to.
And then they come after
Yeah, right. You mentioned it once, you bastard.
It's
have you Eric? Have you seen Jason recently? No, I haven't heard from him.
I saw a big guy walk into his house one day, and then he came out with this large sack, and I don't know. I think I heard Eric help, but honestly, I couldn't care less.
But so it was an online workshop because I wasn't able to get everything together, take a week off of work, and go to California to actually be there in person.
Come on.
Sounds like
Yeah,
an
where's
excuse
my
if I ever
dedication?
heard one.
But yeah, so it was me. There were 7 other students, and Crispin Freeman was leading the class, and he actually had his wife helping him out with the technical stuff and maintaining stuff in the chat, giving extra notes or helping out with the technical issues. And Crispin is a super, super cool guy. I've had a few different coaches on acting, and he's easily one of the best I've ever had. He really obviously knows what he's talking about, obviously, or else he wouldn't be working as long as he has. He's very good at giving honest notes, because the one thing that I've had with coaches from wrestling and stuff, or from other acting coaches, has been they'll either be too polite to actually tell you that you are doing something wrong, at the risk of hurting your feelings.
You're fucking up.
Yeah.
You fucking suck, nerd.
Or then there's the other side where they will fucking just rip into you for every little thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Which
fucking hair.
I've definitely had more of in terms of wrestling.
Imagine. Jason, you gotta go get that there.
If you've ever heard of Hardcore Holly, wrestler from in the WWE, I have personally had him tear into me for 20 minutes.
Ooh, that sounds
I was waiting for somebody to say
No,
physically.
It's imagine the sight of a very jacked bald man who could you could pick you up and rip you in half over his head with minimal effort.
He just
yelling at you.
Fuck on.
Tell me more.
But yeah, Crispin was totally awesome. His notes were very good. He give people recommendations of stuff to check out that would fit the archetype that he felt would work for them. Everything was actually really casual, because I was nervous as shit. I was just doing my best to like be really composed and respectful.
Must have been hard for you.
It very much was. He was casual when he needed to be casual. He was really cool when he needed to be. Like, he even got me to turn down the professionalism because with like wrestling and stuff, what they tell rookies is like, be a sponge, mouth shut, ears open. And so like that was sort of the thing I sort of had to loosen up with in working with, was like he was like, you're being very respectful and it's wonderful, but it's holding you back.
Just go all ham on
Yeah.
them. Go all ham on them, Jason.
Release the beast.
What the fuck is that? Did I not tell you to silence your phone?
Junkrat.
Silence.
But yeah, so between him and the voice acting panel that Eric and I went to, like, it's definitely helped out a lot. Like, I know where to, like, I have a pretty good idea of where to go now in terms of, like, submitting stuff, getting a demo ready, and putting stuff out there. So I'm excited to actually get on doing that after wanting to do it for so long. So Peter, how's realizing your dreams going for you?
What? No. No, my dreams.
That wasn't an actual question.
Yeah, is this going to turn into a really deep podcast where we talk about our hopes and our dreams for the next, 2 hours?
This used to be the ACEN podcast, but now this is the Dream podcast.
I just want to find a nice man that's rich and settle down.
Someone who won't tear the skin with their mouth.
Yeah.
Well, I told you, we were going to do the legendary,
Legendary
sleepers.
skin podcast? Is that what you were going for?
What would that entail, Jason? What would that entail?
Try not to rip the skin.
No.
Our daddies taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks.
Especially since they're such a good
Size
size
and all.
My dreams are just become a
Rolling
graphic artist.
around at the speed of sound. Go on. Peter, it's out of my system. Go on with your thing.
Come on, Peter, just tell us
Come
how you're
on.
going to follow your own rainbow.
Yes, I will. Graphic artist. It's just
Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow.
It's a graphic artist.
so I was going down to the Oregon Trail.
Can't stick around, have to keep moving on. Okay, I'm done for real.
That's all the lyrics I know.
Well, so far they know I'm a graphic artist, and then all of a sudden about the Oregon Trail
Yeah.
because I was seeing if you... No, just no.
All right,
graphic
here
artist.
first, folks. Peter's officially given up.
He's a graphic artist on the Oregon Trail. We wish him luck and lack of dysentery.
Please, send or text me your best regards.
No.
Anyway,
Did you stick around for anything on Sunday, Eric?
No.
I had to work on Sunday. I only did Friday and Saturday.
So back to ACEN, I guess.
Yeah.
back to this thing.
So no,
Just
pretty
kind of
much
wrap it up.
Anything on there's not a lot of people do stick around on Sunday because it's mostly people packing up and trying to get out. Because most hotels you got to be out by noon anyway.
They can't stick around. Got to keep moving on.
Yeah, they just got to keep moving on. So a lot of people I know just pack up and leave. That's what we did too. We just left. I think it goes on till 4. I've never been to a closing ceremony for any convention I've ever been to.
Except for the weird dweebs that do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they still have they have kids events.
Yeah. They still got a good
earlier.
amount of events. They go it still goes on till 4:00 in the afternoon. It just it's hard to you especially when you have a lot of people you're coordinating. You just kind of you just gotta kind of plan out your day better, and it's weird. Plus you're tired too from Saturday, so there's not a lot of motivation to do anything.
Oh, I remember. Did I tell you there was a fight on Saturday when I was walking over to meet you guys?
Yeah.
I walked past a fight.
Nice. I
Please
think
tell
you
me
did
they
tell
were.
us.
Please tell me you guys saw the dinosaur running around with the Pikachu.
Which dinosaur?
My-
There's like
my
always like
girlfriend-
20 of
My
them.
girlfriend said that when she was walking around that she saw because
Wait, she was walking around. What was she doing there?
was it her? No, it was somebody. No, Lacey. Lacey said she saw a Pikachu.
Do you not know who people are?
No, what are people?
My girlfriend. Wait, no, this other girl that's not my girlfriend. Peter, what are you trying to admit to us?
Call her up. Hey, honey, I mistake you for people.
Hey, honey, I have multiple girlfriends.
There was a dinosaur chasing a Pikachu. That's what I heard. That ACEN this year.
I did see a guy in a big dinosaur costume. There were a few of those, actually.
There's always a lot of those.
There's a lot of Doctor Who and Deadpool there too. I saw from last year.
There were a lot of Deadpool.
Deadpool's super easy to do, and people just like do whatever with him. It's honestly gets kind of annoying after a while. Or it's just like, hey, look, another Deadpool that's also Link. Neat.
Yeah. Like, how many more Sans and Toriels can we see?
Yeah. Well, it's like there's always like those niche kind of cosplay ones. Like few years ago, like 3 years ago, when Sword Art Online just came out.
Oh, yeah.
There's always like 50 Kirados.
Yeah, the
at a
bandwagon, the
convention.
hoppers.
It's just like, oh, and they're always like the same because like people mass produce that cosplay. Like there's companies that mass produce like the costumes.
Right.
People would just buy them, and you just see like this almost like the exact same one like 20 times. And that's where we actually me and my friends started just joking around like with like a lot of cosplays. Like if we see a cosplay we don't recognize, we're like, oh, it's Sailor Moon. And if it's a guy, it's like, oh, it's Tuxedo Mask. It'd be like Sans walking on, dude, sick Tuxedo Mask cosplay.
It's really not a tuxedo mask. Shut the fuck up, nerd.
This is actually Bokurado no Pico man from Watashi wa
Bokurano no Pico.
Man.
You just mixed a really great show with a really terrible one.
It's from Watashi wa Sugoi desune. It's like, sure, okay, your Tuxedo Mask, got it.
Want a cookie?
You're from Hentai Cat Princess season 12.
Yeah. But actually, the one thing I did do on Sunday, back to like doing things on Sunday, was I did reserve a hotel room for the next anime convention we're going to. And in Wisconsin Dells, we're going to Daisho, which is the one where
You just get drunk.
it's more drinking than anime convention. Because it's a really small convention. It's like maybe like a couple thousand people, like in comparison to ACEN, which is like a couple 10,000 people. Like it's real like small, and it's like the hotel there has a water park, and we get like a room that has like a full kitchen in it. So we just fill up the fridge with like alcohol and like food, and then we just fucking go ham all weekend. Sometimes literally if we get the ham platter.
Spider pig.
Yeah, no, ACEN was a good time.
It's a good time. It's definitely I don't know if I'm gonna do it that much next year, because I'm definitely like reaching the end of my rope with like a lot of these anime conventions. Like, yeah, a lot of people still like. I know a lot of people go there to party too, like, and that's what I do. But like, it's also just like a fact of I don't really have anything else there that I'm interested in. So if I'm just going there for an extended weekend, like, it's getting kind of like to the point where it's just like I'm really just going there to like hang out in the hotel room more than just like go to the convention and like, you know,
Like, you might as
see
well
things.
book an actual vacation.
Yeah, pretty much. Like Daisho I'm still doing like for sure, just because again that's more drinking and hanging out than convention. It's more of like a vacation with like a convention subplot.
Yeah.
Whereas ACEN, it's like you're really doing more of convention stuff more of the time. because your hotel rooms aren't that nice. They're like a lot smaller and they're super expensive.
Yeah,
and,
but I
like,
mean, like in terms of panels this year, I was actually kind of disappointed. Like, there just wasn't a lot I was interested in.
yeah, like unless you're really going to see people from industry or like seeing specific voice actors. Or, like, there's some, like, really cool fan panel, or, like, what you did, like, the amateur voice acting panel. Like, kind of just those industry panels. Like, unless you're going to see, like, those panels, like, really aren't typically that great. Like, I think the few panels I've been to was, like, I went to one voice acting one, like, a couple years ago at Die Show, and then we went to one with, like, Lucky Yates, and,
Ooh.
and, I think it was Pam and Cheryl. I forget the voice actor's name.
Judy Greer and... Ah, damn it, I hate myself. Why don't I know Pam?
Yeah. But they were there, and we went and we saw them at, like, at, like, that was Dice Show too, and they're hilarious. I mean, yeah, probably if I wasn't with you, I wouldn't have gone to that, like, voice acting workshop panel, and I just would have gone to the hentai panel. Really, I go more to conventions to people watch and, like, maybe pick up some cool things at the vendor hall and hang out.
Yeah, people watching is pretty cool because, I mean, like, I don't know, there was this one group, I don't know if you saw, but while I was waiting for you by the Starbucks area,
Yeah.
there was, it was like this group of, I think it was mostly girls and, like, 2 guys. I never saw the guys dance around, but they would just kind of like put on some anime song and just kind of be dancing like to it. But it was like actual choreographed stuff, and I'm like, what are you accomplishing here? What is, you just go to places and dance and then profit?
They're anime conventioning.
I mean, like, if that's your thing, that's fine. I'm just like, what exactly is the end goal for this?
I mean, like, there's some people that, like, generally think, okay, you're doing something kind of cool, and, like, that's really interesting. Like, we met up with your friend who is the poke fisherman.
Oh, yeah, the one guy I used to work with, Anthony, and his girlfriend.
Yeah, and he was telling us of that guy who was, he was cosplaying as, like, a Pokemon breeder, and he was, like, walking around with, like, little Easter eggs, like, painted, like, Pokemon eggs.
Oh, yeah.
And he would go up to people cosplaying, like, as Pokemon, or, like, Pokemon trainers, and he'd be like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but, but, like, we just got this egg, and we think it's yours, and we just hand out eggs to people. So there's definitely people who do, like, creative and fun things with,
that's
like,
the kind of stuff I like, yeah.
Yeah, but
where, like, they do something with their costume in a really cool way, like those Deep Pity videos.
Yeah, but yeah, there's always, like, one person that, there's always, like, for, like, every one person that does something cool, there's gonna be, like, 500 people that do something solely, like, either stupid or totally fucking generic.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yeah, or, like, Deadpool, or, like, I bought my costume at the convention. I'm a Kutsuki member from Naruto.
We all bought the same rave clothes.
Yeah.
Same rave clothes.
Like, honestly, like, pretty much, like, the greatest things are, like, the stupidest things. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw, I think I was with you when we saw this, the Budget Gundam.
Oh yeah, dude! I love that one. I wanted to get a picture of that one. There's this girl who's just walking around the convention. She just has her head sticking out of a cardboard box that, like, goes down to her waist, and it just has Gundam written on it.
Yeah. Which I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that before too.
money.
But it's so funny.
Yeah, like someone, like, put, like, they made, like, a whole, like, cardboard suit. It was all just boxes that they just slid over their limbs.
Yeah.
And across the front it said Budget Gundam on it. I mean, and that's the one big advice I would give anybody who's, like, thinking, oh, I kind of want to cosplay something at a convention.
Either do it really well or really stupid.
Yeah, like
that red skull that you took the picture of.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only cosplay I saw you take a picture of.
yeah, and that's the only one I did take a picture of. Like, pretty much the thing with cosplay is, like, you either, like, it's a lot of work. So, one, whatever you do, always just, like, don't try to push yourself too hard. Like, cosplay itself, just getting something super shitty off the ground is a lot of work. Like, my solar helm, like, I don't think it's that great, but I spent, like, probably, like, 12 hours doing it. But, like, the thing is, just be okay with what you do. Like, don't, like, if you make something and you know it's super shitty, like, don't be like, oh man, I'm really sad, this looks
Just
really bad.
own it.
Just, like, do it. Like, a lot of people won't
Just
fucking
do it!
care
Make your
anymore.
dreams come true!
And the other thing is, like, with cosplay, yeah, you feel more a part of the convention because people will, like, kind of interact with you more.
Yeah.
But don't really expect it. Don't, like, make a cosplay because you think people are going to take pictures of you, or you want people to take pictures of you.
Don't go up and, like, annoy them and be like, hey, you want to
Take my picture, won't you?
I guess my point is, like, don't, like, make a cosplay expecting people to, like, be like, oh, dude, that's sick, like, awesome, sort of thing. Like, yeah, sure, it might be, like, super sick, but don't, like, make it for that reason. Just
Unless
make it
your
because
job
you want
is-
to do it.
Unless your job is Instagram.
Yeah, which I know a couple people who are cosplay models as well. But, you know, a lot of them, they do it because they like to do it. They don't do it because they're like...
They don't do it for the attention. They do it because
do
they
it, man.
make cool stuff and they like it.
They make cool stuff. They're like, hey, this is really fun to do, and stuff like that. They don't do it because, like, oh, like, if I dress up as this character, people
They
will
don't
like
do
me.
it because everybody else does it. They do it because they...
Yeah.
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 I guess that's the ACEN codcast. That's the ACEN cod piece, everyone.
Yeah. Join us next time for another ACEN cod piece.
Yes.
Well, bye.
Yeah.